Give me just one singular minute to set up my stream. I'd like to say that I've been rather busy. Why am I here? Why am I actually here? Today. Oh, I got a new Baja Passion Fruit. Just trying it out. Today, or rather tonight, early mornings, this is a 4 or 5 in the morning special. It's pretty good. It's actually not too bad. I'll put that down there so the tin can doesn't fuck with my microphone, you know? Tonight, I wanted to talk a little bit about my my current thoughts on YouTube and some issues I had with eBay, some problems that I feel like both kind of coincide with one another and need to be addressed because it is a very major issue in my opinion that has a lot of bad economic impact on the entirety of basically the internet in general. So, without further ado, let me get right into it. This is the Such Bullshit Podcast, episode 41, sorry. My name is Maris Memes. And, yeah, I basically complain, and this is how I do my Such Bullshit Podcast. I get on camera and I start complaining, and sometimes I have a special guest or something. Or along those lines, sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. Occasionally I just throw this up. There's no schedule, I just do it whenever. Because life is bullshit, shit's on the spot. So, I knew I was supposed to put that can back on the floor, but I don't give a fuck. Here's my thoughts on the current YouTube problem, as all of you are already aware of. Sometime at the end of June, not even a few weeks ago, YouTube announced they're going to do this giant experiment where they're going to start doing away with ad blockers, blocking ads on the platform, and my major gripe with this is very simple and very much thus. It is the very same thing that you probably heard a streamer by the name of Asmongold say. In short, and I'm going to keep it as brief as possible, I think it is absolutely fucking stupid, abysmal, and bullshit, and just a way to charge people $12 a month. And when you think about it, they're profiting way too much from it. On top of making you see ads anyway, because since you're going to be paying for premium, you're also, at the same time, still watching a video and thus giving YouTube more money on top of the premium. It is not so much premium as you're still paying them via watching videos anyway. So it makes no sense. You know, there's people and services online that offer money simply for watching YouTube videos or TikTok videos. You've probably seen jobs or have heard jobs like that where you just sit there and watch a video on your phone for an hour or two and make the view count go up and you get paid from that. And there's actual jobs like that. It's kind of fucking sad, but that's how advertising kind of works. But that's not my only problem with how bad this system is flawed. Just badly flawed. I don't know if this is supposed to be the small experiment that turns into the big acclaimed experiment, which is what everyone is saying is going to happen. If that happens, I will fucking leave YouTube. I will close my channel. I will fucking move all of my videos to another platform without a second thought. I am that serious about what I'm saying. Top 300 memes will be removed. Every fucking meme compilation I've ever done, I will delete it from the internet and I'll be done. I will literally retire into some fuck off space into the world because I am that annoyed with how bad, just overall, the idea of having an advertisement every 3 fucking videos and it being forced into my face and not even shown on the player when am I gonna see it. Now, there are some websites that do have ads, that do run ads in order to survive. There's a lot of image boards that unfortunately host a lot of questionable ads that some of them may contain viruses and such, and there's no real control when it comes to the internet. But when it comes to real business, advertising on like billboards and such, it has to be genuine. You have to register as a stockholder. You basically, it's a whole shit show in itself, and you risk getting delisted and a huge lawsuit if what you're advertising in said advertisement isn't of quality. So it needs to be at a set standard of quality, and every website has to follow some sort of quality in order for a advertisement to be set to that website. And not every website's the same. Everybody has a different quality of standard, which is really, really, really a fucking poor idea. For those that don't know, there are a lot of not safe for work image boards, so like 4chan, E621, Rule 34, SwiftChan, all these boards. You probably have never fucking heard of them. I just mentioned. All of them have something in common where they have a par of quality to be uploaded. So that way the site holder can get some likes and some credibility and they get a following, because otherwise, I mean, when you look at it like that, who the fuck is going to want someone uploading basically crayon art, you know? If you're uploading nothing but crayon art, what's the fucking point? So they put a par of quality in place so that not all their art looks like shit on their image board that they're hosting money to actually have up. But at the same time, you have to remember people are going to those websites for traffic. Traffic makes money. So, regardless of one way or another, getting people to come to your website makes your website more valuable, and thus, but again, YouTube's making money off of you just going there to view content. Here's my problem with the current YouTube. Okay? And I got multiple devices out there that unfortunately, I'm running Chrome on all of them with Adblock, but like, now you can't get around watching the YouTube video. There's still now, skip the ad button in the bottom right corner and you see what the advertisement is. It's not playing at all. You still have to see it every fucking 3 videos. So let's say, for example, you're zoned out, you're sitting on your couch, and for whatever reason, you're deciding to watch YouTube videos on it. Every 3 videos, you're listening to music. It'll be on an autoplay, and after 3 songs, gotta listen to a fucking another audio clip like it's fucking SoundCloud. Like, it's bad, and that's one reason I actually hate SoundCloud and why I won't buy a subscription for it. Or any other music-based application that needs a subscription. Here's another thing. You guys might remember Google Music on your phones back in the day. In fact, this phone, before it ended its life, did have Google Music. Yeah, it's not even on here anymore. It's deleted, but Google Music was an application that was implanted into most Android phones that had Chrome kind of pre-installed with it. And for whatever reason, because the music didn't have, or the application didn't have advertisements in it, it was Google's safe version of music. People were porting music into it and not paying services. So they were like, oh, well, we have the bare bones standard, but now we have to put ads on it and people aren't going to use it. So do we make it subscription based? Then people won't use it. So what do we do now? So they're like, okay, we gotta kill Google Music, and then every phone stopped. Google Music stopped working for everyone. You couldn't even use it as a bare bones standalone player, and now there has to be every other application of free use, free market version of Google Music that you could possibly download. I got some sketchy music player on here that I've never even fucking heard of that just barely plays, but it still has, unfortunately, an advertisement associated to it, but it beats having nothing. And every little thing now needs to have some version of the next fucking thing of what it's gotta be. And it's very terrible of a concept to have. Here's my other gripe. These big content creators that, when I say big, make up the fucking platform. So, Linus Tech Tips, for example. Let's just throw him out there. Or Mr. Beast, or fucking Charlie. Or anybody, really. You get these people in a fucking circle. Do you think that they want to see advertisements every 3 videos? Most of them really don't. But I ask this. Why is it that the platform and the way that YouTube listed their announcement, and this is going straight to YouTube staff, and I'm just saying this outright. Why is it that the viewer's being charged to come view our content? So we got our content, we're out here, we're on your platform making you money, and us money. Here's another one. Content creator spends his time to prep for a video, look for things to parody, be creative. He's got to see a YouTube ad. Okay, well, that's whatever. Then he tries to set up for a stream, and he's testing his stream. YouTube ad, look out, I gotta watch another fucking ad on my own stream. Which, by the way, I had to do that to start this. I had to start an ad on my own fucking live stream. This stream that you're watching right now, before it even started, I had to watch an ad just to watch it, just to check the audio. That's mind-numbing. How do we get to that fucking point? And now the content creator, in addition to get rid of them, has to pay. We now have to pay money to not see ads, to test our own fucking goddamn streams and content. It's mind-boggling to me. Like, I get it, we have options to shut ads off on videos, but if you're gonna force them down the creator's fucking throat, like what the hell? I had another thing, like, if we're a YouTube partner, why the fuck do we have to pay for YouTube Premium? That's my main thing. And you think about it, like, alright, what if I want to make decent videos or do Minecraft videos and be like a big time fucking douchebag on YouTube with a couple 100K subs and be a Fortnite player and be some complete fucking loser nobody, right? And then, I gotta watch ads every single time. All my videos have to play ads every single time, and who the fuck is gonna watch that? When you put up so many ads, it stops being entertaining. Look at how bad Twitch has been going down the hill lately. And when I mean lately, I mean for the last year and a half. Twitch has been going to shit. Like, absolute shit. And at this point, I'm just kind of okay with going to any other platform, and it wouldn't even bother me any. I could do it today, I could do it tomorrow, I could advertise myself on that platform, and it wouldn't matter. At the end of the day, here's what matters for me. I still have a platform to do stuff on. I have this platform. I have Facebook. I have my own website. I have Twitch. I had a Mixer account for like a day, but that whole fucking platform got shut down. And I have BitChute, which I haven't uploaded anything on in a fucking long while because they have upload limits too. But they're also heavily political propaganda. The whole website's like propaganda based. I don't know what the hell it is. A lot of people use BitChute for propaganda and weird shit, so I don't know. At this point, I may even jokingly start uploading my own content on fucking Pornhub or X videos to get around how bad this shit is. Because if I have to suffer an advertisement every single fucking time just to watch or listen to a song, just a song, then I'm out. There's no point. This is as bad as YouTube gaming. which was something that for many of you may have never even fucking have heard of, but about several years ago, back during Google Hangouts being popular, they decided to try to rival Twitch by doing YouTube gaming, where you can live stream gaming right off of your YouTube account. It's just as bad as how they fucking implemented streaming software inside of PlayStation 4s. It's not great. You don't want to use that kind of quality of hardware and software. It's just really, really, really awful. It's like using unregistered hypercam in fucking 2023. It's something you obviously shouldn't use, wouldn't use, and wouldn't even dare to consider because it's that fucking horrible. Now, let me get to my other point here because I'm drafting off. I believe, and this was just my thought. How about if you're gonna force ads down our throat, you're gonna stop the rhythm bot, the Discord rhythm bot, which really pissed me off. How about instead of just forcing this shit down our throat because we don't fucking want to deal with it, why not one 1-minute ad per day on your account? Unskippable 1-minute ad, or just 1 minute of advertisements. Just 1 minute of your time, go fucking disappear for a little bit, go to the bathroom, whatever, and the ad is 3 different ads that are 20 seconds long for multiple different companies that can buy 20 seconds of space to where every time that person goes onto YouTube, they only have to see an ad for 1 minute. 3 different possible ads based off of your web browsing history on fucking YouTube. Maybe you like watching car videos, so YouTube uses your recommendations and bullshit to advertise car parts to you, to some bullshit like that. I'm not saying that maybe YouTube should start tracking my movement, but like, I'm not agreeing with that. But I'm saying if there's a way for them to send you to somewhere that you might like, I don't see it being that bad, but apples and oranges at this point. You know? If I only had to deal with one singular fucking ad at the start and be done with all of them, I would be okay with that. If it was like 15 minutes of advertisements or 5 minutes, I would not be okay with it. No one wants to waste 5 minutes of time. I don't think YouTube understands this. They really don't. They never fucking have. Fucking TikTok. The people that run TikTok and those basic bitch fucking soy jacks that sit there, when I say soy jacks, I mean the fucking people like my nieces and nephew that are upstairs right now, sleeping. The people that take gummies that have melatonin and some peanuts in a cup and, oh, I need my milk, and it's just like, listen. Go out on the street and play with razor blades. That's what my father used to tell me when I was a kid. He used to tell me, he's like, go out, hey, get the fuck out of here. Go out on the street, play with razor blades. Go do something. Go touch grass. I'm not kidding. The equivalency of touching grass was go out in the street and play with razor blades. Now, mind you, my hands are not damaged anyway. I'm not cutting myself, or I'm not some fucking emo, so at least you know that. But, we're in a generational gap where everyone and their fucking mother, especially the mothers out here, and this is completely off topic from the current 2 topics before I hit into eBay, because eBay pisses me the fuck off more than anything. Every one of these yuppie new gen mothers, the mothers that are about 30 years, between the age gap of 20 and 30, they think that if they copy shit off of TikTok that they're going to be a good mother. My own mother watches TikTok, and I every time she does, I tell her, stop being a piece of shit, get off the fucking phone. Because half the time I look at somebody who watches TikTok as a basic thought. And I look at these mindsets of these people that use this content. Eventually, someone as stupid as my mother may end up eventually, and I'm not even joking when I say this, eventually somebody like that is probably going to end up fucking paying for Twitch Premium or fucking TikTok Premium, if that's not a thing yet. Oh, I could see it now. Every mother of every husband in America. Honey, I can't watch my TikTok anymore. Can I pay for a $10 a month sub? Oh, now it's $20 this year. It would never fucking end. It's never ending. So, my other thought is this. I don't feel like Google should own fucking YouTube at all. I don't think Viacom should have anything to do with it. In all honesty, I feel like not the government, because the government would be a horrible idea to control YouTube, because then they can control all media. How about the internet company? Give it to Comcast or some really big company to run all of YouTube. Have Comcast absorb YouTube. And it might sound weird when you think about it, but I mean, if Comcast, an internet provider, obviously, or any major internet provider other than them, or maybe one major internet provider that is umbrellaing all of them at once, if they were to control YouTube, I would think that that would actually be safer, considering the fact that that would reduce a lot of the illegal shit that goes on YouTube that isn't noticed and has been mentioned for many, many of years. When I'm talking about that, I'm talking about like the fucking circulation of, obviously CP illegal type shit. I'm not going to say the specific words, but trafficking, human trafficking. There is a lot of underage shit that is on YouTube that isn't really that hard to find, and unfortunately it's on YouTube, and I'm not saying I look for any of that, and I don't encourage anyone to do so, but there is a lot of child endangering shit on YouTube that is unregulated, and it's still there. It doesn't take that much to go looking for it, and I'm pretty sure anybody and their mother could go on their phone, type in some random weird fucking accented bullshit in another language, find a video in a completely different language that isn't English and foreigner, and it's got something really fucked up on it. More than likely, you can find it on YouTube because anything is on YouTube now. I just think that if the internet or an internet service provider had control of that, which, mind you, if you remember in the past, and I remember this at least from a personal experience, I had a copy of Grand Theft Auto 4 Xbox 360. I still have the disc. And I downloaded an ISO of the game online from BitTorrent. The whole game. Because I didn't feel like scanning the disc to my computer and downloading the disc manually through some weird method of software that would honestly scan the disc and then read it and make an ISO. I didn't want to do that. So I just pulled the ISO offline, got caught. My internet provider messaged, and this was when I was a kid, it messaged my father, who was paying for the internet, and basically said, "Oh, we caught you trying to download and steal Grand Theft Auto 4 and play it for free." It's like, I own the disc. How the fuck is that stealing? And I mean, I get it. Maybe it's a different language type disc. But then, what's the fucking point? It's the same fucking game. I paid for the original license. I mean, even if it's in another language, the price can't be different. It's got to be the same price overall, right? It's not like I'm getting something with DLC attached to it. It was just the regular fucking game disc. It was the vanilla game that I had modified, and what I needed it for was to install evade mods on, which was the online mod I used when I was trolling Grand Theft Auto 4 back then. Evade's mod menu. And I still have that disc upstairs, but that is irrelevant to what I'm trying to say. Again, I'm going off topic. Just overall, that whole experience, the fact that my internet provider knew I downloaded that, and knew that technically that was an action that was unlawful, that was sketchy. So it does show that the internet providers do look at what you do with your internet that you're being provided. So that stands the reason, why not have them investigate and look into all actions on YouTube? I feel like if the internet providers and local PDs work together and was all being run under YouTube, and YouTube was just absorbed into all that, you would have no more doxing, no more DDoSing, no more bullshit, no more internet harassment. You'd probably have some trolling here and there that's still funny, some lighthearted stuff, but never major shit where people are like fucking impersonating you, coming to your fucking doorstep, that type of shit. That would fucking stop almost immediately. The swatting too, that would end almost immediately, because if someone at an internet provider company can find out that you download it and mind you, I was on 3 fucking proxies when I downloaded that off BitTorrent. Didn't even matter. Got caught. Because it was LAN base. Because the internet providers can just check your router and look at what the hell you've been doing with the device and what you've been downloading with it. So it doesn't take that much. You can be found out, but it's not specifically you in the household anyway. It's just whoever is using it is located at that router or nearby it or is using that router. So that's how they know that somebody had downloaded something. So that's why they contacted my father's email in that regard, because they're like, hey, we think you did it. Meanwhile, it was actually me. So they do look into, locally anyway, what you're doing online at all times. So I don't think it's such a bad idea that YouTube should be owned by a local fucking internet provider service that is being controlled by some big fucking conglomerate of some sort that's actually appealable in some kind of way, because currently, as of the last several years, YouTube has been nothing but fucking unresponsive to any kind of email. Everything is on no reply. They don't try to help in any manner. You could sit there and argue, well, Twitter's useful to get a hold of them. You should not have to use another platform to contact YouTube in any kind of fashion whatsoever, in my opinion. Same thing when it comes to being a partner. If you're not partnered, you're not contacting YouTube directly. And I think that's kind of fucked, too. That's a major, major fucking no-no to me. But yeah, I hope that YouTube undoes this. I'm not paying premium. I'm going to tell all of you that watch my content, do not pay for premium. Go try to find alternative means to fight against this, because it is my belief that if you're already paying your internet service provider, I slurred there. If you're paying your internet service provider, there should be no additional fucking fees to be watching advertisements. Same thing with fucking Comcast TV or like DirecTV or whatever. I get it, there's certain websites that host like Pluto TV. I like Pluto. Yeah, we get the show that we want to watch that's a premium show, and it's being sent out on behalf as an advertisement of a certain subsection of amount of shows. Not all of them, just some of them. In between with some advertisements. So it's a way to advertise the show and advertisements, but still be able to watch and enjoy that stuff for free. That's not a bad platform. YouTube, on the other hand, it's not sampling some of the things, it's sampling everything, and you have to pay a premium on top of it. So it's not like Pluto, it's worse. If I was only sampling, in a sense, YouTube, that's another thing. But I'm not. I'm just sitting there listening to fucking YouTube music like it's a radio. Or I'm listening to music on YouTube, not listening to YouTube music. I don't subscribe to that either. I don't fucking subscribe to any service on YouTube whatsoever, because I believe that shit should be free. I feel like video editing software, in addition, also should be free. Why is it that something like Adobe fucking, no, I'm not gonna go there. Sony Vegas, $600 almost. Why should video editing software cost thousands of fucking dollars? But yet it gets pirated every fucking year for free by hundreds of thousands of people, especially a lot of YouTube creators. A lot of YouTube creators pirate fucking Sony Vegas. A lot of them do. I do. I will admit that on fucking camera. I pirate Sony Vegas. Because I don't feel like paying $600-700 for a fucking program that I'm only going to use like once every couple of months. And I have the key forever for maybe a year or something, or I lose it, or, here's the new Sony Vegas. It's like a phone. It's almost like a phone in price. It's like, hey, here's the new one. You want to buy that one too? Oh, trade in your phone? Oh, trade in your Adobe Flash or your Sony Vegas? Oh, here, we'll take that from you. Okay. Here, but you're going to have to pay us another couple $100 to upgrade to this. Okay. Like a fucking soy jack. I'm not going to sit there fucking jacking myself off thinking that it's okay and acceptable to obliterate my fucking brain into thinking that I should be accepting paying additional subscriptions. It's fucking horrendous. It's stupid. Don't do it. The only thing I think is okay for paying a subscription for, in all 100% honesty, and do this at your own discretion. If you want to do it, you can do it. I don't give a shit. There's only a couple subscriptions that I have. MMO subscriptions, they're fine. Subscriptions, I wouldn't even call them subscriptions, I'd call them pledges, like Fanbox or Patreon. Those are okay if they're to artists. Doesn't matter what the artist is, that's up to your flavor of art or whatever. Or whatever you want to support. People that try to make a living on art are having it really rough, and not many of them have a really good living, and I think a lot of the artists that I've seen and that I do pledge to on Fanbox and shit like that, and some other Japanese websites as well, because, again, I'm a huge fan of a lot of different art styles. I am subscribed to a guy on Fanbox that he draws Gundam anime, hand-free, hand-sketched, and then he converts it into 3D models that are very fleshed out and very well detailed, and I gotta say, it's fucking amazing. I'm not gonna state the guy's name, but that's something that I think is worthy and pretty damn cool, and something that could be on par with Animex, or, you know, like any animation company out there, that if this guy turned around and jumped on the bandwagon of animating for an actual anime series that's current, he could probably do it. Like, I'm not even gonna shit you. He could probably do it and make it 10 times better. But a lot of these creators get thrown under the rug and forgotten. So if there's anything other than an MMO sub or an artist, I would say maybe Driver Max, which is some off-brand program that downloads a bunch of fucking drivers to your fucking your computer. They have a 1-year sub for, I think it's like $16 or something. $16 a year to be able to install as many times as you want, upgrade all the drivers on multiple laptops. That's if you're a laptop repair guy. Other than that, you should never need a subscription for anything else. At least in my opinion, you shouldn't need a sub for anything. Let me divulge to my next point, which is eBay. eBay has effectively pissed me off time and fucking time again. I can't fucking stand eBay. I really can't. It annoys the shit out of me to no end. So here's how eBay works. For the last several years, it's not even been several years, it's been more like 13, eBay has had, and I wish it would go back to before they started doing this, over the last 13 years, eBay's final value fees. For those that don't know what a final value fee is, eBay and PayPal are both owned by one another. They're basically one whole entity. The way it works is this. As a seller on eBay, let's say you sell, and this is an actual thing that I sold, I'm going to mention, I sold about 8 years ago. I sold a vintage Mega Man game, an NES game, for $80 flat. I just wanted to get rid of it. I had an additional copy of it. This copy that I had was slightly surface flawed, so I didn't want it for my collection. And I was very iffy on surface scratches, and this one had a lot of them. So I wanted to get rid of it for $80 flat. I'm like, alright, I want to get rid of it fast, so free shipping, I'm just going to toss the fucking thing to the wind and try to get rid of it for next to nothing. And alright, I'll pay, I figure, at most the shipping should be like $7 to $12. Not even. Meanwhile, it sells. It goes to a Californian, which is across the fucking US, and that's gonna cost like $16 almost back then. That was about that amount, like 15. And but then here comes eBay. Oh, we want our final value fees. For those that don't know, a final value fee on eBay is, at the time, it was 12% of 80. So if you know what 12 or 10% of 80 is, that's $8. Add 2%, which at that point, I think that's like another dollar something. So they want it essentially 9 something on top of me paying the shipping, which was almost a good third, almost 30%. Because again, they didn't have a program put in place where they would be offering to cover shipping costs. And that's what I feel like eBay is the biggest fucking scam for, is the fact that half the time when your shipping costs on eBay are so great that eBay doesn't even offer to help in any manner. They don't offer to reduce anything. They offer to reduce like 1 or 2%. And that's it. And I feel like that kind of reduction is fucking horseshit. It's awful, and it's a horrible experience that I think is fucking obtrusive. It has been obtrusive for the last decade. It is fucking horrible. eBay's policy on final value fees, I think, is the worst fucking thing they've ever implemented ever, and it stirs people to move over to Facebook Marketplace or any other program or fucking website that you can actually sell shit on. About, I'm gonna say, 6 years ago, I started selling on a website called eBid, which was mostly UK based. It was a UK version of eBay where they didn't have final value fees if you paid a lifetime service fee. So you could sell as much as you want, and the only thing you're being charged is shipping, and you're responsible for the shipping, and they would offer discount shipping, which is amazing. So they would offer discount shipping if you were a power seller. Same thing, eBay does the same thing if you're a power seller only. Only if you're a power seller do they offer extended fucking shipping discounts, but eBid gave them to you right at the bat. The problem was is that the website, eBid, no one's never heard of it. It's not a well-known website, and because of that, again, it kind of falls short, and no one's ever heard of it. Again, so you guys have probably never heard of the fucking website in general. I've used it, made some decent amount of sales, but it's just like, I didn't get a rate of sales at the rate I was getting on eBay or Facebook, so as much as I want to do eBay or eBid rather, and I trust eBid more, I certainly despise eBay more because of the way they've handled a lot of shit recently. Let me give you a good assessment. Lately, when it comes to their change to the seller hub, the classic seller hub was pretty fucking simple. You'd find the item on the list that you sold or was listed, or whatever. It'll be marked sold. You could right-click it and be like, oh, okay, print shipping label, because sometimes you'll be on your phone and you'll type in, hey, well, I'll buy the shipping now, but I'll get home and I'll print it later. But if you do that, you're gonna fucking have a hard time finding the fucking label in their system because you have to go through fucking hoops, FAQs, and dog shit pages because it's hidden in some fucking really obscure spot. And I hate the way the eBay layout is. It's bad. It's really awful. It's really touchy. It makes no fucking sense, and I have no idea why it is that horrible. So whenever I have to print, and I don't have my main computer set up to a printer, I have it set up to a laptop. Whenever I have to print out the label, I do so on that other laptop, and I don't do it on my phone, which I think is a horrible application of how to do it. I feel like I should be able to save my labels, have control over them, and be able to access them more easily. Especially, that's one major issue and problem that I have. Second one was this. They recently opened up a eBay International Seller Hub where you would basically take the item that you sold, they'll offer the international for you. So you'll mail it to one of their hubs in the US or wherever, at least this is for the US. They'll mail it to a US hub where they'll mail out your object internationally to wherever. Wherever your item was, or wherever the fuck it was going, they'll handle it from there. And they offer you discount for it. So I thought, alright, it sounds like a great idea. It sounds good on paper, right? I mean, think of it. Does that sound good, right? You know, being able to sell internationally on the fly and you only have to ship locally, so you're saving money. It didn't work like that. So there are some items that you cannot ship via eBay. Internationally, anyway. Certain items that cannot be shipped internationally. I tried to ship cases of Red Bull. You might be thinking, well, how the fuck is that? How is that going to be a problem? I mean, it's loaded with caffeine and it's an energy drink, so, I mean, you do the math here. I found out that the buyer that I had was using a shipping depot that was an eBay shipping depot. He had a P.O. box at one of these eBay global shipping industries in the US. So apparently, eBay has their own international seller hub in the US with P.O. boxes inside to where when they get a shipment in from the US or like in a local area, it comes in, they put it in the P.O. box, and then they send that P.O. box out internationally. And the item was going to a guy who lived in Turkey. Red Bull cannot be sold in Turkey. It is banned. In fact, it is banned in 2 other countries that I have written down because I had to write down specific sodas that I sell because I sell soda on there. For example, something like this because it might have purple in it. Purple and some random number. It's a chemical. It's the type of dye and flavoring that they use, that they put in the drinks, that they number and label, and certain ones are known to be health risk issues. One of the most notable ones was Yellow 51, I think, or something. Or Yellow 15. I can't remember exactly the specifics, but that one specific chemical is banned throughout the entire country. They specifically do not want certain things in their country. And the one thing that pissed me off is when I sold this to that seller hub, eBay turned around, they basically said, the $25 you made on that sale, because I shipped it for $25, free shipping. Oh, that $25 you made? We're gonna take that back until we figure out what's going on. And we don't. How did you sell this? How did you get this past us? And it's just like that's my problem. I sold it internationally. It's listed international. Why is that item not researched by eBay and not restricted by eBay? Or at least tell me that it's banned in that country so I don't try to list it, or I know what countries it's banned in so I don't sell it to a seller in another country. That would have been nice to know, right? So eBay doesn't do that. eBay does fuck all to do that. So what they did was this. After I told them that and then explained on the phone for 30 minutes with some random jack off, he basically said, well, call us back on Monday, because it was the weekend. Call us back on Monday and we'll figure it out and we'll give you your money back. I call back Monday, they give me my money back. But here's the fucked up thing. The seller got his money back too, but eBay International at the seller hub, they took his drink out of the fucking P.O. box and they all drank it. At the seller hub, the local employees in the warehouse. So the warehouse employees drank the shit that I tried to sell and wouldn't fucking return it to me and just give me my money back. Or give me half. At least give me the difference in the shipping I paid. You know, like when it comes down to, and you see it as like, oh, it's only $10, $20. What's the big fucking deal? What if it was, and it's like next to nothing? I get it. But like, what if this was a bigger amount? You know, like, what if instead of it just being one case, what if I had sent out a fucking pallet? Which I've done before. I've done it a couple times. Sent out like a pallet of 20 cases of fucking soda. Okay, and then they're like, oh, well, we're gonna keep them all. They're already here. We'll give you some of the money, though. It's like, really? At least give me back some of the shit. I didn't get anything back. So that case, it was, and I have another case of that stuff out there, and I know I can't sell it internationally now. It was a case of Coca-Cola Dream World. You can't sell that internationally, apparently. It tried to go to a guy who, this guy lived in Germany. Can't go there. Apparently, he won't be allowed to ship. If I'm not mistaken, I think, yeah, certain types of raspberry and chemical were banned in the country for that drink. And Dream World is mostly kind of like a gramba juice type fucking soda. It's like really relaxing and chill. But yeah, I think it was banned for that reason. It's like grape and raspberry or something in flavor. I've had it. It's not too bad, but again, eBay is really scammy unless you know what you're doing on there. I mean, right now, I think the final value fees are almost 17% now. I think if your final value fee is costing more than half of your shipping, there's no point to fucking eBay. And eBay needs to chill on their final value fees. At the very least, half of what eBay is earning should go into your shipping. If I am paying eBay, let's say I sell an item for $50, it's like a brand new game from GameStop. Let's say it's GTA 6 when it releases and it's like $50. It obviously GTA 6 is not going to be $50, but let's just say theoretically GTA 6. Let's say it sucks and it's only going for $50 right now and I'm trying to fucking sell it online because I don't want it. Let's say that that's the theory, and let's hope to God that that's not the case because GTA is an amazing series, and I hope that Rockstar would do better. Um, let's say I listed on eBay $50. It's on there, whatever. All right, it's sold. 10% value fee. All right, it's sold locally in New Jersey, believe it or not, in my state. All right, that's only gonna cost me like $4 or $5 to ship. That's like nothing. So I should save a whole lot of money on that, right? eBay final value fees. Oh, we want about $6. Okay, at least pay half or more of my shipping. You're getting $6. I'm paying $4 out of pocket, and I'm offering free shipping to sell on your platform sooner rather than at the buyer's expense. So it's being sold sooner. So, I mean, it's a no-brainer. Offer more discount if you're gonna have power sellers on there. At this point, just everyone else should just fuck off to fucking Facebook Marketplace because what's the point? I've earned more money on Facebook Marketplace than I have on eBay, but I'd like it if there was another platform that I could go to sell to that wasn't fucking Craigslist or eBay that was actually viable to sell these kinds of things. Because at this point, it's like, what the fuck are we doing? You know? That's just my take and my gripe on these matters. I feel like YouTube has really dropped the ball yet again, and it's one of the main reasons why you don't see me constantly making fucking videos like a madman, like a lot of people do. There are a lot of these big YouTube yuppies out there that will make a fucking YouTube video almost every other day, but God forbid that whenever I make a video and actually put heart and soul into it, does it actually get a fucking view? Because, again, YouTube is entirely controlled. Like, if you're not basically sitting there getting on your hands and knees and sucking YouTube Snap's dick, you're not going to get advertising for shit. You won't be put in the algorithm. Unless you're part of the YouTube algorithm with the yuppies upstairs, you are not getting anywhere in this fucking platform. And I think that's a horrible idea. I feel like anybody should have a chance to be able to do anything on this platform, but we're thrown out the window constantly. So yeah, this is the last thing. I have 10 minutes left before I end my stream because I usually do 1 hour podcasts. I'm going to tell a story, and this happened. One of the items I sold recently was a case of this Mountain Dew. It was like gingerbread. It was like ginger snaps or something. It was cinnamon bread or gingerbread flavored Mountain Dew, which sounds nasty as shit, but I had it and it was okay. I sold a case of that. The case was listed that it would be sold with the box, with the case deboxed and folded neatly without any damages to the box or the cans, and put into a separate box packed safely to where it wouldn't be damaged in any manner whatsoever. I am packing the ever-living shit out of the cans because I don't want them exploding. I sell them as consumable, so that way when you open up the box that it's being shipped in, it can be put right in your mini fridge. This guy was buying it as if it was a fucking collectible. You can see where this is going. This guy was mad that I opened up the box to fit it in another box and pack it more securely. He gets it. He tries to return it. My listing says no returns because it is consumable. I have multiple reasons listed why I don't do returns for it. And it's labeled as a consumable. It's labeled opened. New and opened. It's labeled. I'm not trying to scam the guy. The guy's like, oh, I'll leave bad feedback. I'll do everything in my power. I'll make a thing with PayPal. I'll make a dispute. I'll try to get all the money ripped from your account. I'm like, dude, you paid $25 for a case of soda. What are you getting worked up for? It's not like you paid $1,000 for a fucking entire Mega Man 1 through 6 NES collection. Like, calm the fucking tits, bro. Like, chill. And this guy he didn't fucking realize that. It just dropped the ball on him a little bit. He didn't think. I mean, I gotta say, he got antsy. He called up eBay repeatedly, making complaints about me. He tried to leave feedback, even though I have the lowest priced sales out of the completed listings for the entire year for many of the items that I have listed anyway. So I'm selling them as low as possible, and I'm trying to be fair about it. And this guy went above and beyond to complain and be an abusive buyer. But the crazy thing is that he has over 1,000 feedback, so he's bought over 1,000 things at least on the fucking platform. So it made me, in the back of my mind, think, like, what the fuck is this guy on about? Like, calm down. Here is where my issue happened. I went to eBay to complain. I reported him as an abusive buyer. And then I had to call him up and I said, look, I told him, look, I'm not giving him a refund. I'm not returning anything. He purchased it. It's whatever. My fear is that he's going to drink it and send some of the shit back empty or missing cans or whatever. And he did exactly that. He was that scummy about it. He did exactly that. I got sent back cans that were damaged, bent up, fucked up. A couple of them opened and drank. And with a fuck you note inside. eBay refunded him. And they started a return process, which I said, no, I'm not starting one. I even wrote, no, I am not starting one. Canceled the return request. I said no. And yet, they still went ahead and gave him back the money, and it was until I called them fucking furious and said, hey, look, you guys gave back money to this dipshit after you fucking ignored me canceling the return request that he submitted that was fraudulent. And now you're gonna pay him back the money and let him drink the fucking drinks and make me have all this fucking hassle for nothing. Like, one, how fucking dare you waste my time? Two, how dare this fucking douchebag, the guy's name is Brian. I'm not gonna say his full name or, put up information about him, but he's fucking, honest to God, I have him on my buyer blacklist. Like, it's that bad. And I don't have a huge buyer blacklist. It's only like 3 people. It's pretty damn small. And I gotta say, if you're gonna get that worked up and collect cans of soda? Collect cans? Dude, like, do you know how easy it is to print a magical can like this? It wouldn't be that difficult to recreate these cans. They're just cans. Just like cardboard boxes, people that collect those. I mean, I get it, it's vintage, it's a thing, it's a collectible. But you gotta remember, this is for drinking, this is not for collecting. At least that's my opinion anyway. I don't think soda should be collected. I don't think this shit should be collected at all. It should be drank, enjoyed, and then the case thrown. The box is one thing, but the drink, I mean, shit goes bad after so many years. I mean, have you ever sat down and drank Crystal Pepsi? Like a 20-some-year-old can of Pepsi? I mean, I'm pretty sure it tastes just like syrup and mold. Maybe something else. I can't even imagine what that would taste like. It tastes awful. But that's my gripe. That's my complaint. I wanted to complain about that for a while, because right now, I'm at a point where if YouTube does not change their bullshit, I'm going to start changing the way I approach situations on YouTube and other social media platforms, because at this point, what is the point of me creating content if the content is just going to be fucking slapped with nothing but advertisements and unviewable to people? How am I supposed to bring people the content they want to watch if it's going to be constantly fucking bombarded with the game Bloodlines, the furry game? If any of you have heard of that or seen that fucking advertisement with the furry girl with the fucking big chests, or a Mr. Beast advertisement, or another fucking ad that has Charlie talking about opera, or another fucking ad that has something else along the lines of another complaint, or Downey, or what? I mean, any number of advertisements you've heard or have already fucking seen, or Chime. Oh, I don't know credit cards, and I don't know risk, so I don't want to do credit cards. No. Fuck off. Just fuck off the platform, please. I just want to be able to make content on what was originally a home movie video uploading platform. Does not need to be to this point. It's kind of crazy that it is. And that's all I have to say. Thank you. And this is the Such Bullshit Podcast, episode 41 of me complaining about the YouTube ads. It's bullshit. And me also complaining about eBay. How eBay final value fees and their international selling hub and everything in between, all of that is fucking horseshit. Avoid these two things like the fucking plague, and I hope you guys have a great day. Good night. Or rather, good morning.